Doesn't look like anybody's in here. Are you in here? Let me see. I have no idea what I'm doing here. Okay, Lee. Can't tell what the lag is on this. Can't tell what the lag is on this. A guest has joined. Click to show. Let me see. Assign source. Show on stream. Hey, there you are. Yeah. Hi. I know. Still trying to figure this out though. Your video is frozen though. You look like this. Still trying to figure this out though. Your video is frozen. You look like this. Yeah, this isn't moving. Okay. It looks like I'm on the only one in the chat too, so I was making sure that I could see it. I could see it on YouTube. Okay. I can hear you just fine. We could uh we could try to go through with like a frozen mat if you want to try that. Well, I mean, we could always try to save the troubleshooting for another time, but since we're like live and trying to keep it short, and yeah, we're live on YouTube right now. It's the if you go to the page that I sent you, you can see that it's live right now, and then click on it, and there's about a minute delay. There. Look. It looks like I'm on the only one in the chat too, so I was making sure that. Oh, I can see it. See it on YouTube. If you go to the page, it'll say that we're live right now. Okay. You see us? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, let's run through our topics at least. Like, yeah, who cares? Nobody's here. Maybe there's something on my end. I have no idea, but it looks like you're just frozen. Let's see if I could tweak this somehow. No, it's guest is joined. Click to show. Show on stream. All right, I think it's moving though. Yeah, no, it's moving now. Yeah, there you go. All right, let's get to it. What do we got? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's do it. Do you start or I start? Man, I got a lot. I got a lot of the Mirage Ninja Turtle stuff lately. I got two of the androids. I got Master Splinter. I got Casey Jones. That all came in recently. Um, I would say about last week we got. I just kind of went crazy and started buying all the Mirage stuff. After getting the four turtle set, I was like, I have to have the rest of the comic stuff. So I went crazy and bought it. We did the throwbacks, and I ended up buying them all for Grayson. So he has all four. However, he went back and he found two more mutating rafts. So he has like some 1980s original mutating rafts sitting in his chest right now. Yes, and you could turn them into like little baby turtles and then full grown turtles too. It's pretty. Yes. Yeah, 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 exactly. And they have like little baby feet you could put in the back. It's wild. I can grab one. I think he's got a couple down here, but what I do have is the latest Splinter that just came out. This little guy right here. Yeah, and I bought the Utrums that come in the Android bodies, the Krangs basically, that sit in the middle. And I want to recreate that classic NES video game cover if I can. I know it came from a comic book, so it's probably more the comic book that I'm copying, but I'm gonna try to do a photo like that. What'd you pick up? Okay. Yeah, yeah, I got those a couple weeks ago. I'm waiting for the Hydra Trooper Shield Agent 2 pack. Mm-hmm. No, I ended up getting that 1,000 toys Master Chief, but yeah, I hope Jazzwares does more villains. Like I would like to have some of those little grunts or something like that. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, the Void Cadet. Void Cadet. Yeah. I'd love to see that monstrosity. Like I'm hoping it's gonna be. Yeah. So the idea that immediately popped in my head when I saw it was maybe have Cadet Gomez facing off against an alien horde like the Ridley Scott aliens, kind of recreating that Sigourney Weaver scene, but with Void Cadet Gomez instead. No, that's me. I'm sorry. Um, don't they also have like a giraffe villain with an eye patch? Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It seems like they only do that with their licensed stuff. I wonder. I wonder how people are enjoying that figure right now because I know a lot of people were worried about how it came in dust, and then like how it was created. Like they are worried that it's gonna break down over time because of the material that they used. Hmm. Yeah, that's an understatement. People will always find something to complain about. Yeah. Oh yeah. So what are we moving towards? Like, how do you feel about the Mayfix stuff coming out? All the stuff they recently announced. I know they did the Reign of Superman. They announced like the new Superboy and the Erratic. I don't know his name. The Eradicator. Okay, really good figure by the way. Yeah, aftermarket. Yeah. Well, it depends. Like Ami Ami, Mayfix is actually really good on re-releases. They did a re-release on. Yeah, it takes a while, but they do the re-release. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I don't. That's a good question, man. I don't know if they'll get him or not. I know Sentinel did the recent Miles Morales. I don't know if they're going to do the new movie one or who has the license to do the games. That'd be pretty sick. But given that we saw the Hasbro one come out, remember for the PS5 Spider-Man, so maybe they'll put something out. Yeah, yeah, right. From Mayfex, right? I think Legends did a great job with like a classic Electro. They re-released Rhino as a vintage card back. Those were pretty good. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I get you. they also announced that they were going back to. I don't know if they're going 100% back to the blister packages, but they're doing the plastic fronts again. Just because there was a lot of QA issues with the boxes, and a lot of people were complaining about, hey, we don't know what we're getting. Um, People would return stuff, and then like stuff a different figure in there, and you can't see what it is. Exactly. Yeah. I think I even remember seeing somebody pre-order off of Amazon, and when they received it, somebody had switched the figure already. I guess they had returned it, and when they fulfilled their order, he had gotten. Yeah, that is wild. Don't do that. Just sell your figures you don't want on eBay. Get the money back. True. Toys for tots or something. Give those things away. I only have one on my list, and it's the Mafex Daredevil. That thing looked so good. I think I've been waiting for like a deluxe style Daredevil for a while. And Hasbro's like it's going along the right path, putting the toe joints in there, but they just lack in the accessories department sometimes. And I think that's where Mafex really shines in. So they give you like the 2, 3 head sculpts, they'll give you the extra hands, they'll give you the weapons. That Daredevil looks awesome. I can't wait for it. It is. Yeah. Yeah, Mafex has been crushing it lately with their offerings. So I can't wait to see what they bring down the line. Okay. Okay. Right. Well, they're releasing a new game, so hopefully that'll pick up soon. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. Well, I guess we'll see. From what I heard, it wasn't going to be like 100% open world. It was going to be open world ish. Yeah. You know what I would really like to see though? I'd like to see a third party gin from Ghosts. Something with like cloth goods, a couple of different hands. Yeah. Yeah. Lim Toys has been doing a good job with that lately, so fingers crossed. Yeah. The rest of us, yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm very excited about those, and I wish that more people knew what it was. But I also feel I would love.
You know what I'd also like to see though, since we're on the topic of things we'd like to see, is probably like a Mafex Rogue, since they already did Psylocke, Jean Grey. I need picks. I guess not. I guess not. I have. Then Lim Toys announced like 2 years ago they were going to do a solid snake. I think it was going to be a 12-inch solid snake. That never came out. Yeah, that other company that announced Claire didn't look too good. I don't know.
I pre-ordered it, but I'm not getting my hopes up very high. Um, damn, I'm not gonna find this. Oh, I might be thinking. I might be mixing it up with the Jean Grey figure. Mafex recently announced.
They already released it. I got it.
Well, I didn't get it yet.
Are you not up on your X Men?
I don't follow X Men like you do.
Oh yeah, they did announce the Phoenix. I didn't pick that up though. I'm not big on the Phoenix. Plus, I'm happy with my Marvel Legends offering. So
Well, I'm a hoarder, so I'm getting it.
I also yeah. Go ahead. I was gonna say Akira. We haven't seen any Akira stuff in about 6 inch. Third party company, motorcycle included or not, something along those lines. But I think it's time. Somebody needs to drop a Teneda or something like that.
That's anime, and I don't.
At all? Like not even like let's say Afro Samurai. No.
Closest thing to anime that I do is Invincible.
Okay. Okay, I can see that. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes, they were. I actually enjoyed them a lot. At first that did upset me. But I was like, what else are they gonna do? I mean, maybe some hand options would have been fine. Or at least a bicep swivel, something. No, I get what you're saying. The Guardian. I think that is. I think it's Lim Toys. I know I ordered it through 5K, but I'm pretty excited for that figure. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. The reason I go 5K over, let's say, like VC's toy box is because the prices are typically a little cheaper, and I think they get a shipment US side, and it gets to be faster than VC toy box. So those two things. But I've also heard a lot of negative about 5K toys not responding to QC issues, returns, things of that nature. But in all fairness, they've been very responsive to me, so I can't complain.
I haven't had any issues, so I haven't had to reach out. It's like that question on a survey, like, "Was customer support great?" I'm like, I don't know. I didn't, the next thing I have written is moving on from Marvel from the Infinity Saga because everything is coming out still. Really just trying to milk that first 10 years of the Marvel movies. Like we're not seeing Black Widow, we're not seeing Shang-Chi, we're not seeing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 that much because we do see them, but Quantum Media, like these newer things really aren't taking off. And this is, I guess, more of like a cinematic conversation, but like people just need to get over it.
Well, that's what I've been reading a lot. Like a lot of people are having superhero fatigue. I guess that's what the media is calling it. I personally don't feel that way. I love it. Give it to me all. But the thing is, I think some of the writing is a little lazy. Some of the buildup isn't there. Some of our expectations are being dashed. I know one of the first things that I saw that was a little disappointing was the Flurkin scratching Samuel L. Jackson's eye when he was like, "Last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye." We're all expecting this glorious battle thing, and it was just a cat that scratched his eye. And it's that kind of expectations, like, "Oh, that was good the first time, but you did it like 40 more times, and now we're kind of sick of it." They just need to get back to the story, focus on the seriousness for the most part. Don't get me wrong, I do like the lighthearted parts, but
Yeah,
it's too much.
I think that I mean, what's going on in Hollywood isn't helping because I mean, looking at the writer strike and everything is huge and obviously affecting all that content. But like, even with like the audio visual, I don't know exactly who it was. The message that we got the other day about that.
Hmm.
Like, I don't know. How's Captain Marvel? In the ocean that hasn't been mentioned at all.
Right. So it was mentioned a little bit in the Miss Marvel TV show, but back to you were saying about the the Marvels movie. From what I understand, we're seeing a little bit of a bait and switch where they're trying to make this Kree person the main villain. But from what I understand, and this is me just like staying on top of the news, apparently there's supposed to be a big incursion that comes in somewhere towards the end of the movie that kind of helps Stepstone into that Kang Secret Wars kind of thing that's going on there. And from what I understand, the whole idea is to reboot with new characters, new Cap, new Iron Man, and stuff like that. Uh, by saying goodbye to the legacy ones, both Fox and Marvel ones, just because people are aging out and they're trying to get some new blood in there. I think it's a good idea personally. Chris Evans isn't going to last forever. You know, Robert Downey Jr. already looks much older than he did from the first one. Yeah, well, I mean, they're necessary just because they're pillars, I guess, in the Avengers aspect of it. They could focus on the X Men, which is supposed to be coming down the pipeline, but I don't know if those are going to run concurrently with their stories or if they're going to intertwine or what. No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. It should be really exciting just to see some new faces. Everything hasn't really been going. Yeah, we need Iron Man. Iron Man's awesome.
Do something like Extremis that like more closely followed the comics, but then Iron Man 3 was a piece of trash. Back to my point.
True. I think you were with me when I notoriously hated on Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron to me was the worst. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think part of the eeriness of Ultron was like his deadpan robot voice, and then you got freaking James Spader being an RDJ knockoff. Like it's too much. Oh yeah, we could talk about that too. But to touch on the 5K thing, I think they do that because they're a third party and they don't want to get into any problems with licensing. So to avoid that, they're like, "Oh shit, let's just put up this banner real quick, cover some faces up, good to go." Yeah. Shadow Moses stuff. We've been working on we I don't know, man. I feel a lot of pressure to always produce. That's just me personally. So uh, we just finished the Nick Fury heads. We did some slash effects recently. We recently did the parking meter. I did a scan of the Balrog dust effect that could size up or size down either way. Um, the Balrog one, the dust effect. That's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I know you're busy working on your own secret projects. I'll let you talk about those in a second. But I know you and I have recently been talking about doing a driving cabinet. We're just trying to find a format that would work across all games. As you know, we like to do like one template and stick brand new artwork on the side, and just kind of just do what works for that. So we're looking at like a thinner frame, lights. We want to do the pedals. We wanted other stuff like that. Um, and also, I think some of the ideas we tossed around were a magnetic steering wheel. Yeah, we want to do like a sliding piece so that it could fit the true 6 inch to all the way to the NECA stuff. So your Marvel Legends will be like the template for that. Yep. Yep. You should be able to slide the seat up, is what we were planning.
So, recent things. Well, I sent you that console. Which I just.
No, no, it's okay. I got Grayson over here trying to get me to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. He's like super bummed out. He should be in bed right now. But he wants me to talk about what I'm doing, a project for him that nobody knows about. So I'll talk about it a little bit if he promises not to be on camera. Okay.
Bye.
So we are doing 3D scans of Bonnie and parts of Freddy, Glamrock Freddy, and we're gonna try to do a custom Glamrock Bonnie for him, combining those pieces. We've already done a couple prints, so you can see this is a 3D printed version of the leg for Bonnie. We painted it blue for the Glamrock version,
I
and,
painted it.
and that's how we're gonna work it. That is for personal use only. We are not selling this. That's right. We're not using Funko's intellectual property to sell any products.
Say about these.
We already talked about that. We just talked about that.
No one's going to feed them, so everything.
No, I did. I said we're scanning the parts. This we're scanning. Look, a hand. We're scanning the arm over here. We have to get the thigh swivel that's over here
And the head.
and the head. Thanks, bud.
And Freddy's body.
We already did Freddy's body. Thanks.
Yes. So, as we were talking about before we went on, I did the modifications to that console base so that you could print it up right.
No, I haven't gotten to it yet. While you're looking for it, we'll talk about what that conversation was. So a lot of what we try to do with the 3D prints is conserve. We don't want to print too much plastic that could be a potential waste, and we're always looking at how to make the product lighter than it needs to be. So Matt is currently working on a console. I'll let him go into much more detail than that, but the idea is to design it in a way so we're not wasting all this extra plastic that doesn't need to be there, lightening the weight of it, making it easier to put together, so that way things come out cleaner in the long run.
And honestly, more cost efficient.
Once I get once I get more detailed with this Streamlabs stuff, I will try to see if I could pull up screens and show what you're working on. But right now, we're still trying to figure a lot of stuff out. Yes, yes. But the other thing that we like to also try to do is try to keep the cost down for the customer at the end of the day. Yeah, because we don't want to charge like $100 for these pieces. They are a lot of work. It's just me and Matt working on the stuff a lot of the time. So we're trying to figure out how to make it quick, efficient, scalable to everything, so you could use it across all platforms. Do you remember what the inspiration was for the console that you're working on?
I want to say it was Power Rangers.
It was Power Rangers, actually. Yeah. So we're doing the similar three-part computer system with the large piece in the front and then the two smaller pieces in the back. We are changing a couple things here and there to make it usable for any playset that you have. Uh, we already did the measurements or kind of looked at the measurements the other day, so they should scale to Marvel Legends just fine, which means to NECA and your figure arts and under, it'll look fucking fantastic. F bombs.
Fantastic. So,
Freaking fudging fantastic. I think it's called a box truck. Right.
typical like white pen that would see.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you were able to swap engine mounts. Like you could take out the engine, make it a flat hood. I don't remember if it was able to open, but I knew the trunk open, the doors open, the seats slide back. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it. I get it. But I know we're late to the game on the Engine of Vengeance. We're super late. Why do you think that failed? Oh, right, right. That was an early bird special. It only came. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my gripe with it was I think I spent like 250 to 300 for the NECA turtle van and the third party turtle van that they put out, and those suckers are huge. We're talking ginormous. They have opening compartments, so it's already $50 to $100 less than the Engine of Vengeance, right? The other thing that I had to compare it to was the Mattel, and people are going to hate me for saying this, the Mattel Wrecking series. They released the red car and the blue cars, the sports car that you could break off the doors and stuff like that. I think I would have preferred the amount of detail for uh, for the wrestling ones. Yeah, I think I would have preferred that level of detail for a Black Charger than what they produced at the price tag they produced. So not only do I think it could have been 50 to 100 cheaper, but I also think it was too much for the offering. However, I know these HasLabs are supposed to be for like shoot for the stars, whatever. But it was still too much at that point. Yeah, exactly. Oh, the semi. Yeah, those are cool. That was I didn't pick that up, but it is cool. I was gonna say you'd be surprised. I remember seeing a photo of I think it was like a picture of Hawkeye driving, and Black Widow is standing up like shooting out the back seat. And there's like I can't remember if there's motorcycles chasing them, but this was a photo, and they had managed to make the car like you could not see the cracks in the windshield. You couldn't see the crack. Yeah, photography. I guess I'm thinking more at the photographer standpoint. I'm looking for something basic. I can cover it up. No big deal. I guess the collectors really wanted that Engine of Vengeance. It's just like I said, it was just too much for me, man. I just couldn't do it. I was like, I already got these turtle vans that are much bigger for a little bit less than this. This is a little above asking there. I couldn't. Right. That is a good question. I was just thinking about that. I was like, shit, man, that's a really good question. So I don't know what it was about the Void Cadet, but I pulled the trigger right away, only because I felt that the offering was on the table. This is what we're going to give you everything with the Void Cadet. You get this big monstrosity. You get all the effects for like shooting weapons and changing out and decals and all that stuff. It's a figure by itself. But then you get Void Cadet Gomez with his hand offerings, his boombox, his mini grub, all his accessories on top of that, and it's 350. So you're essentially getting a vehicle, you're getting a figure with tons of accessories. You know, Mezco's typically run about what 80, $90 for the Gomez stuff. So yeah, take that off the price. Now you're looking at 250 for this giant monstrosity, and it's already decked out with accessories like cannons and swords. I think it came with amazing. Yep. And the good thing with Mezco is if you're not a Gomez fan, there are typically things you could do to the figures to make them fit in other lines. Like I had it here, but I think the product shot that I did for the Nick Fury photo was using the Hazard Squad commander, and I took the head off, and it looked like a Shield agent Nick Fury, like ready to go. It was awesome. Yeah, and a lot of people were comparing Void Cadet Gomez to a Mork and Mindy body already. So I've already been hearing that kind of stuff, which is amazing. Putting a Robin Williams head on that figure, I'd love to see it. Yeah. Which is so now that I'm thinking about Engine of Vengeance, now I'm thinking about how I missed out on Galactus, and I missed out on the Sentinels. At that point in time in my life, I was like, this is too much money. I already have these Sentinels from Toy Biz. They're perfect just the way they are. And after they got released, I was like, and seeing how the prices are elevating at that point, I just missed out. And I think I should have at least bought a Sentinel. You got the helicopter. There you go. Can I give props to Hasbro for killing it on the GI Joe line? By the way, yeah, you're talking about it looks like a weapon crate, and you open it up, and there's like four. Yeah, yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, oh yeah. And for the record, for anybody watching this or tuning in later and watching the video, we are always taking suggestions. We don't do commissions anymore, unfortunately, but we do listen to the feedback that people give us about what they'd like to see it potentially. And when that kind of amounts up, you get three, four, five people asking. You're like, wow, maybe I should look into this. So I mean, it's things like that that came up with the street sign, the traffic light, that we were able to do. So please suggest a way. We're always listening. We might not do it. We might. It just depends on, our schedule, interest. What the turnaround could be for something like that. I think you were with me when I was doing the traffic light. I had to have it light up. That was the thing. How do you make this thing light up? And yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. We bounce ideas off each other all the time, and I'm always trying to think of like the minimalist approach to lighting objects up. Some people will go full wiring in their phone booths, for example. I felt like the balloon light was more than enough. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I did that with the pinball machines. I got so frustrated with trying to figure out how I'm going to do lights for the pinball machines that I just gave up. Please, suggestions always open. Maybe a fresh pair of eyes or a different way of looking at things will help us figure out how to solve certain lighting situations. We primarily use the LED lighting strips, USB, and then we use the balloon lights. So using those two methods, if you guys can think of anything else, we'll be more than happy to look into it and try to figure it out to implement in our new stuff. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I used to pay. I found a cheaper source, but I used to pay like $5 for those LED lights for one LED light. And then I found like a cheaper outer source buying in bulk. So now I buy about 100 at a time at a much lower rate, and it takes away so much of that burden, that initial cost from the pocket. Because yeah, we're not being funded by anybody. We're coming up with everything ourselves. We're just trying to figure it out. So Matt, won't you talk about a little bit of what you do for Shadow Moses? I think the one you have is fantastic, and then we had the magnetic idea to be able to swap the lenses. Uh, yeah, they came up with it. Oh yeah. CTG, man, thank you very much. He was the one of the first people that reviewed our items on YouTube. Uh, yep, we still keep in touch. Unfortunately, a lot of what he's bought from us has not worked. I had the Miles Morales neck peg printed in resin. He bought a couple of those and they ended up snapping on him. So we tried to figure out a different formula for the resin, something stronger. I was confident that these were going to work because that's how they advertise it. These are 4 times stronger than the other one. So you printed them out. I sent it to him. Those ended up snapping as well. So I had to sadly take them down from the site. We worked something out where I think I gave him the dust effect so that he could try it out for the first time. I'm not sure how that went because I'm still waiting for feedback. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that there's a lot of stuff we do that doesn't take off the way we plan it, or which is interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I think I remember showing you how Millworks does his stuff. I think he does his stuff in resin too. And I haven't looked at him in a while, but I know he does like the clip for the gun. He'll do like sliding. Pardon me, I'm not a gun person, but the yeah, the chamber for the gun slides out. I don't know. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But look, we don't know our lingo. Gun knowledge, not here. Right, do you mind going over like what the drawbacks of some of that stuff is? Well, I was think no. I was talking about more like the logistics of it. Like joints are always a huge issue when you're trying to make your own figures. Yeah,
No pun intended, with vehicles, is some of them have a door that opens, and there's a margin of error with it. So but also stays closed. Um, Works with the scalability. How do I do that for a trunk, or if I want to make the hood open? Um, and then it's the same thing with figures, like, and especially when you're looking at the ball joint, is like, what kind of space do I really need to have in there? Do I need it to be a 64th of an inch bigger, or
oh yeah, hmm, yeah. There's always a lot to think about. Yeah. So Matt, you also are the producer for our YouTube channel. You're working on some of our larger scale items that have not really seen production, only because we're still figuring out the logistics of it all. I know you and I talked about Kickstarters lightly. We won't go into details about how we plan on like funding this kind of stuff, but we're trying to think of ways to make it more affordable than what the Engine of Vengeance is, or some of the other folks that are producing vehicles third party. We always want to make it where you see it and it's an instant cop for you. Like I have like that's more than affordable for me. I'll pick it up. So we always try to approach things with like that in mind.
Full in mind. It's a Jimmy Chandler truck. So I want Deadpool fans to see that and say, "Oh my god, I need this thing. It's awesome." But like, I also want to be able to have some playability features in there, and then just versatility. So can I design that so that the walls come off, and that you swap them out, and then it's a different vehicle? Like,
Trying to stop my little guy from jumping in front of the camera. He should be in bed. I'm not sure why he's up right now. All right. Well, I think this was actually a very productive first episode. So maybe we should wrap it up. Yeah. Do you have anything written for like a sign off or anything?
I don't like the first video. Oh,
but no, I have nothing. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll do this again. I'm not sure what kind of schedule we plan on keeping because we do have busy lots and full time jobs and families. Well, one of us. Um, but have fun out there. Stay safe. Keep collecting. Get your priorities together.
Buy more stuff. There you go.